What is happening? My name is Scott Yurgz from Philadelphia Cricket Club, and this is the Vintage Vault. This is a new series that I'm doing every single week where I take a swing from the past and we analyze and see what it is that they do in their golf swing that we can emulate a little bit in our golf swings to become better. So today's golfer is my favorite golfer from when I was a kid. This is Payne Stewart, one of a kind guy. You know, not many people can roll up to a golf tournament in an American flag polo shirt, red knickers, and just go out and just wipe the floor with everybody. This guy won 3 majors, and he unfortunately, passed away in a plane crash in early 2000. But he still remains one of my favorite golf swings and players of all time. So let's go through his swing. Let's see what he does, and let's see how we can use parts of his golf swing to make ours better. So one of the things that Payne Stewart does really well in his golf swing is when he makes a backswing, he gets great extension, width, and he moves his arms. This is the important part: in, up, and around. And what do I mean by that? When he makes his backswing, his arms move in and upwards. So I'm going to help you out here and make a little line. So in, up, and around. Why do they have to move in, up, and around? Well, we play golf on a tilted angle. If we just move them straight back, there's no longer a tilted angle. We're going to have to move back. We're going to have to stand up. But Payne Stewart did a great job of creating what looks like extension here. In fact, he might have had the best extension of any golfer in the 90s. And he did it by making sure the club moved inward, upward, and around. When you move the club in, up, and around, you get good extension and you get good depth. Depth is the thing you need that's going to create a more in to out swing path or more neutral swing path for most golfers. As we take his swing all the way back and all the way up to the top of his backswing, his arms are really long and he gets the club way back and way up into the air. It's something you don't see too much nowadays, where most golfers are a little bit flatter, left arms a little more across their shoulders, but that's okay. Payne Stewart set up from a position where he wasn't so bent over, so he's a little taller. His arms went up in the air a little bit. But how did he get his arms all the way back there? He did it by using his lower body. So if you watch Payne Stewart's backswing, his right hip goes up and back, and more importantly, his trail leg is really long. It's really extended. If he started here, he finished here. The more I turn my hips, the more my shoulders can turn and rotate. That's going to help create more depth for him in his backswing. So as we take the club back, gets it up to the top, he's got adequate depth for the golf swing he's looking to. Finally, the last thing that Payne Stewart does really well is he matches up his components with his mechanics. So when you put your arms up in the air that high, one of the tendencies you're going to see a downswing that gets a little bit steep. So that club right there intersects Payne Stewart's trail shoulder. It's not typical of what we see nowadays where players are really shallow really early. How does he match up his mechanics? Well, if you're going to have a club shaft that's a little steep, you're probably going to have to early extend a little bit. And oh no, early extension, terrible thing, right? Not if you're Payne Stewart, not if you can match up your components appropriately, and get the club back to impact. Take a look where he is at impact. Most early extenders will extend because their club's way out here. They extend to bring it back in, and their hands are really high at impact. If you look, the circle there represents where Payne Stewart's hands originally were. Look where they are now. They're almost at the same angle. They're actually maybe even a little bit lower. This is the sign that he understood his golf swing, and this is why he won 3 major championships. This is Payne Stewart, my favorite golfer. I hope you enjoyed the vintage.